I want you all to imagine the perfect job, the one thing that you really are excited about, the one thing you really want to do, the thing you have the most passion for. Okay? Alright. You got it? Okay. Now, I want you to imagine you have an interview for that position. That it's finally come, you have everything ready, you're excited for this interview. And then you find out that this interview is being done by Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump is a pretty impressive person. Okay? He's really big in the business world. We all know him, or have at least heard about him. Now imagine sitting in his office, waiting for him to come in. He comes in, and before you can say a word, he says, I want you in 10 seconds to explain to me why you deserve this job. What do? You give him a handshake. Okay, why? What's in a handshake? A handshake can convey a lot about our personality. As we know, first impressions are made in the first 60 to 90 seconds. And those first impressions are what, especially bosses or interviewers base how well we did on our interview. And just in general in the world. So, what can we do to improve our handshakes and to really give a lasting good impression? First, I'm going to talk about a few of the things that we shouldn't do. Some of the handshakes that give negative impressions and what those negative impressions are. Okay. First, there's the sweaty McSweaterson. You know that feeling when you shake someone's hand and it's just moist and damp and ugh. Okay? That conveys nervousness, fear, insecurity. That's something that you should probably avoid. It's something that you can't always do everything about, but you should do your best to make sure that you don't have sweaty palms in those situations. Okay. There's the bone crusher. We've all experienced this. It's just painful, it's squeezing, it's not comfortable, it's not fun. It expresses dominance and intimidation. It's really not a good way to go with Donald Trump. You probably shouldn't be doing that. He's probably not going to like that. And other people don't appreciate it either. Okay, it's too forceful. Okay, then we have the limp dead fish. We've all experienced this as well. When you shake someone's hand and it's just a little floppy nothing. Okay? This can convey a few things. Usually it conveys lack of interest in the subject or the person, or discomfort with people, with social settings and being in contact with other people. They're usually really reserved, quiet. And either way, that's something that you really don't want to do when you're in an interview or when you're talking to someone that you need to convey that message of confidence and strength. Okay. Then we have the politician. And this one we really need to be careful about. See, the politician has this false sincerity to it. Using both hands, putting one hand over the other as you're shaking hands, or a hand over the shoulder. It's something that we know, with the exception of really, really close friends, is trying to create a false relationship, saying that you're important to me, or we know each other better than we actually do. And it's something that really puts people off. It's aptly named the politician, because politicians do it all the time because they're searching for something. They want something from you. They want you to support them. They want your vote. They want your money, or whatever it is. They want you to sign this treaty or that treaty. The president often does it. It's something that really really shouldn't be done, and you should really avoid it, because you don't want to be a salesman. Okay, that's something you should really avoid. Then there's the never let go. Someone's holding your hand and they keep talking and they don't let go of your hand. It really makes people feel very uncomfortable. Lingering contact, especially in the United States, is not something that you do with people you aren't very close to, like family or really, really good friends. And so this is something you should avoid as well. People use it to get people's attention, but you need to be very, very careful when using this technique, because it's not going to really give you a good positive impression if you linger more than a couple of seconds. So it's something to avoid. With all of these negative aspects of handshakes and what they can do, and those impressions that we get, we can use those things to formulate an idea of what we want to present to an employer or to a friend or to anyone really that we meet. We want to give a handshake that conveys confidence and strength, security, knowledge of what we're doing, to show that we are a good, firm, strong person, something that we can be relied on. We can carry the weight. We can do the tasks we're given. And it's not overly complicated to do this. A good handshake consists usually of, as you can see, palm to palm, hands clasping. You want to meet in the middle. You don't want to pull them towards you, or you don't want to pull away. You definitely want them to meet you in the middle, so to show them you feel as equals, that you're confident enough to see them that way. You want to give a firm grip, nothing too hard. You don't want to crush their hands. You don't want to be too limp as well. You want to be firm, and you want them to know that you are confident. Now that you've got the shake mastered, you definitely want to use the shake part in that hand grasp. So you want to give a couple, 2 to 3 distinct little pumps. You don't want to go too hard. You don't want to jerk their arm out of their socket, all right? You definitely want to make sure that it's something very smooth and fluid and short and brief. Kind of giving them just a good feeling of energy, of just being positive and enthusiastic about what you're going to be talking about, whatever it is, whether it's the interview, business in general, whatever it is. So that's something that you really want to try for. Okay? And as you do that, it's really going to benefit your life. If you can master the common handshake and think about what kind of message you're presenting and how people are going to see that and the impressions that they're going to get, it's really going to benefit you guys in your lives, okay? In your careers, in your families, in whatever situations you are where you're shaking hands. It's going to leave stronger impressions. It's going to leave better impressions to the people that you meet. It's a great tool for networking. It's something that can really be applied into your life. And so I want to go back to that situation with Donald Trump. He says you've got 10 seconds. So within those 10 seconds, you walk up to him, you outstretch your hand, and you give him a good handshake. And that's going to give him those strong senses of confidence, enthusiasm, and a positive attitude. And that's really going to help the rest of the interview flow. Okay? And so I want you guys to think about how important handshakes really can be in making good first impressions. Thank you.